Alright, what's up, Transformers fans? This is a set that I am truly excited about. Okay, I've been trying to get it together to show you guys this for a while now. But this is a custom Road Caesar where a guy on Colts 3D came up with this 3D printed add-on kit to these three figures that I've customized and painted to look like their characters, and we'll go through that here in a second. But this 3D printed add-on kit it's genius in my opinion. Like, everything works together, it all goes together. You can do nothing's wasted. I love this. So we're gonna get into it real fast. The head is detachable, and this little piece turns around. It's got the little ball joint in there, and it can turn around. It's being incredibly stubborn with me right now, though. Wow, okay. Well, it's supposed to turn on that, but it's supposed to do a full 360. It's not working with me, and I don't want to break it. So it's supposed to do a 360, and then it can slide into the chest shield right here. I think I got it. Like that. And like so. And then you can pin it on your boy Blacker right here. Right there. And that's his shield. How cool is that? It also has the, hang on. Get this guy ready to go. It also has the little waist piece, and when that's not in play, you can put it right through there. And it'll stay on like that. And of course, with the weight, he is going to kind of need to do the wide stance to get the balance, but that's okay. Alright, so these parts are the arm pieces, and by a happy coincidence, these fists can fit into this. Now, this is not a part of the 3D printed set. Obviously, this is the Power of the Primes foot that is painted blue. But I saw this foot with another custom, and I thought it was cool. He did do feet for the 3D printed set. He did do feet for that, so if you're wondering. But I wanted to do these, so I did these instead. And by a happy coincidence, the fists can plug into that little port, like so. And these, I'm not going to straighten these out all the way just to save time, but these can become like little blaster guns for you guys. So that's pretty cool. I like practicality, man. All right, so I did design the 3D. These are all 3D printed heads. I did design Laster's head, and I did design Braver's head. So those two are my designs. This head is actually, it's a Trax head, but it's designed by Steam Shield, and he's on Colts 3D as well. And I'm going to leave the link to this set down in the description. Now, I did do an elbow add-on. The original kit by itself was these two pieces, which is fine. It worked. But I wanted him to have elbow rotation, so I designed this add-on piece to go in between, and that will give him an elbow swivel. And we'll get into that here in a little while. But right now, these are the only pieces that don't integrate outside of when they're in the combined form, unfortunately. Let me move that back over there so we can focus on the guys. Sorry about that. All right, so there's Braver, there's Laster. These guys are from Transformers Victory. If you aren't familiar with these characters, we got this shield, which is, oh, that's the little line one. That's going to go with Laster here. And then it's going to plug into his shoulder, like so. And I might not have done that. I think that's the right arm, but all right. So that goes into Laster. This goes into Braver, like so. And that. And these are repaints of Combiner Wars figures. You know the transformations on that, so we're not going to go into the transformation. The only one we are going to talk about is Blacker here, because this can integrate. Let's fold this around real fast. This can integrate into the vehicle mode as well. It's got a little port right there in the waist where it comes down, and it'll peg when you get everything together. I'm doing this fast, kind of try and save time, but when you get everything pegged together, and it'll latch on to the vehicle mode like so. So like I said, practicality in this set, I really dig that. It's really cool. I don't know why this isn't working with me. It's not wanting to move, but it's supposed to spin around, and then you can flip these over to be like little blasters sticking out. I'm not like this, but see, it's a thin connection, unfortunately. And the way mine's printed, hopefully you'll have better luck, but the way mine's printed, that was really thin, so I'm a little worried about breaking it. So I tend to just leave them down like this. But still, very practical. And when you flip it over like that, they're supposed to be able to hold this piece, but it didn't quite work with mine. So he's supposed to be able to hold that as like a little blaster. But like I said, it integrates into the chest shield here. And I'll see if I can't fix that neck joint, but it integrates into the shield there so you can store it when he's in robot mode and not in combined mode. So let's flip that back, get this ready. There we go. All right, so on this mold, there's also these pieces. And this is key to the transformation, which we're about to get into. There's these pieces that the designer designed, which will hold the combiner ports. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and get this guy combined up in Road Caesar form. So what you want to do is go ahead and rotate the head like this, move it back like that, get his arms straight out like this. And I apologize for any background noise. I've got the bug zapper up here, so sorry if you're hearing that. All right, move his elbows in like this. You want to spin his waist around like so, and then move the legs up like this. You're not going to tab in the legs. Okay? They're going to look like that-ish. And there's the bug zapper again. Then we're going to move this arm down like so, and this arm down like so. Okay, and the only thing that I have a problem with is these pieces don't want to work with me. This part actually is supposed to be longer, and it goes over the shoulder like this, and has that little wing there. But there, it's a very tight, very secure connection, but it just quite doesn't want to do what I tell it to do, unfortunately. And that little tab will go into that little shoulder slot right there, which is pretty smart. That was a smart move. And any problems that I'm having out of this is typically problems with the 3D print itself. So it's not necessarily the design, it's more of the 3D print. These two guys, we just need to put them in their leg mode. And yeah, everything can still transform into the cars and everything, if you're wondering about that. I know that's kind of a concern when you're doing custom sets. Does it still transform? Do you need to take off any pieces? Not with these. No, you don't. You don't need to take off any pieces, except, of course, his shield and, you know, obviously. But you don't need to remove the head. You don't need to do any of that. You can keep the shield on, but, of course, it's going to be a little finicky for you. But we're just going to go ahead and put him in... oh, excuse me. We're going to go ahead and put him in their combined modes. So let's get this guy like this. Let's get this guy transformed up like so. You'll take the shield put it right there. And let's get this foot like that. All right, Braver's ready to go. Oops, no he's not. Now he's ready to go. All right. Well, it's not going to stand up by its own because obvious, but let's get Laster ready to go. Apologize for my voice. I'm kind of croaky. All right. Let's get Laster transformed up. And I love this set. It's just everything works together. Everything flows. I really wish they would have released an official one during the Combiner Wars. I really wanted a Road Caesar, man. I really did. I saw some great customs out there. There was one that had a Motormaster as the body, and man, that thing was brilliant. I loved it. But this set, this add-on kit right here is genius. I love this. I love everything about this. This is my Road Caesar in my collection now. All right. That, let's get this like so. He's ready. He's not going to stand up by himself either. All right. So we're going to go ahead and tab in here and tab in here. Whoops. Oops. Okay. And when you tab in the right way. Don't be like me. All right. So there you go. There's that part. Let's see if we can raise this up. All right. I apologize. I'm getting the camera ready. He's a bit taller than my camera's used to. Let me see if I can get something. Okay, I boosted the camera so we can get a little bit higher level here. All right, so we open up the wings. You're going to need to take this waist piece. And I'm being gentle with it because, you know, it's PLA. It's a little fragile. Not too bad. There you go. And this, I love this. This moves like that. I love that. That's so cool. All right, so there, we're going to take the head, tilt it like, or rotate the bottom piece like so. You're going to put it like that, and he will be able to look left and right. It's on a ball joint, so he can kind of, so plenty of articulation in the head. Very cool. All right, so got these little posts right there. They're going to go in the 5mm openings that are in the shoulders right there. So let's get those done. One there, and then one there. Okay. All right. And of course you're thinking, oh, the crotch area looks a little weird. Well, let's fix that. You take this 5mm post and put it, or well, it's more like a 3mm, and post that right there in the waist piece, and nice and tight, secure connection. Pretty cool. All right. That, and then we're going to do the arm pieces. Okay, so we're going to take the hands. We're going to put hands in like so. So this is this arm apparently. All right, there we go. Now for this, he had it where you just put it in the hand and the hand would become the elbow. But with my elbow swivel, I want to show you. You got to kind of put, oops. You got to kind of put the hand at this angle where like the hand is facing out a little. And then this will, it's a tight connection. I'm not going to lie, guys, it's tight. It'll post right there. And when you get it worked in just right, it'll hook on that part and it won't really let that piece move. And you'll be able to have the bicep swivel like I was talking about earlier. So let's do that with the other piece as well. And it's not, it's not the most secure connection of stuff, but I mean, these figures weren't designed to do this. But this add-on kit, being what it is, and see, these shoulder pieces don't want to work with me. It's really irritating. They work. They do work. Just not with me. Alright, so, but anyways, like I was saying, this kit being designed the way that it is genius for what it is. And it's really cool and really fun. And I dig it, man. I am a hardcore fan of this. Alright, so we got his arms ready. Got everything added up. And look at that. Is that not cool? Is that not awesome? I love this. This is so cool. We got Road Caesar all jazzed up. Now, he does have a 3D printed file for the sword because, there you go. Alright, he does have a 3D printed file for the sword because I'm actually going to show you. Here is the 3 swords from the Seacon collection. Snaptrap, and 2 of the others. I forgot who comes with what. I'm not going to go through it, but there's the swords, which I like because that's kind of reminiscent of the show, but unfortunately, the weight's a little much for the joints. I tried designing the elbow, and it can hold it. He can hold it. But the weight is a little bit much. So you may want to stick with the 3D printed sword on this one. Because see, he's not quite holding that the way that we would really want him to. There we go. But again, for this set being what it is, and you can see he's got elbow swivel. The arms can go up, they can go back and forth. We've got a waist swivel. We've got articulation in the legs. There's his knee. And of course he can go side to side. And he can go up. But that gets a little wonky. So you may want to be careful when it comes to that. And of course, the ankle rocker. Now, he's not the most, sturdy of connections, because these things are not, let's go ahead and get that sword out of there. It's too heavy for him. Let's go ahead and get that sword out of there so he stops falling apart. Now, he's not the most secure combiner, but guys, he was never designed to do it. These figures weren't designed to do this. And for this set, to make this guy look like this, to be what he is, this set is brilliant. I love how everything works together. I love how the shield works with all the other characters. I love these. And he's got wrist swivel. He's got a bicep. Just, the design of it is great. I love it. We're going to do some size comparisons real quick. Hang on just a second while I get some figures. Okay, so here he is compared to regular core class figure. So, pretty decent size there. We're going to bring in the recently, just because it's the same story or cartoon, we're going to bring in Dino King. So there he is with Dino King. Oh, don't follow me, buddy. Stay up. There you go. There he is with Dino King / Volcanicus with the DNA upgrade kit, obviously. Then we're going to bring in his rival, Lio Kaiser. This is the Iron Factory Lio Kaiser. You can see these two guys are about the same size. So that should make you happy there. They're about the same size, so you get a nice little combiner rivalry going on there. All right. And then lastly, here he is with the Boss Man Victory Saber. And if we didn't have Victory Leo attached to Star Saber and Road Caesar would be about the same height. So your HasLab Star Saber, this Road Caesar, they're the same height. So there you go. All right, guys, that is a custom Road Caesar add-on kit with Combiner Wars figures. Really fun set, really well done. If the Mirage mold had better leg joints, it would be absolutely perfect. Just, I love this set, guys. It was done really well. It was brilliant. And obviously it makes the character look really awesome. So please go check that guy out. Get my elbow kit. The kit itself, he's selling. The elbow joint add-on I put for free because, you know, I'm not going to make money off somebody else's design. It's his design. Go check it out. It's really cool. As you can see, it's really fun. Everything works. So, like I said, if these figures were designed to take this add-on kit, it would be perfect. But the add-on kit, for what it is, it's awesome. And I love every bit of it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a long one. Go check those kits out. Please like, subscribe. Please share this video. Get it around. Maybe we'll get an official Road Caesar. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. I'll see you in the next video.